What's going on, y'all? So listen. What's going on, y'all? So we are back again for get me out of my face. We're back again for another episode review of Love and Hip Hop Miami, season 4, episode 8, The Harder They Fall. So it starts off with Sukihana and her friends. Her cousin Isaiah is there. I just want to understand, okay? Is Isaiah in another climate that we don't know about? Do he got a bubble around him that's in another climate or whatever that we don't know about? Because every time he's on the screen, he is sweating. And I understand the lights and everything, but nobody else is sweating as hard as he is, okay? But I'm like, boy, get you a little portable fan or get you a little towel. But, you know, she got her friends there. They sitting there waiting on what's going to happen with her court date for the fight that she got in. She was waiting to hear from her lawyer because they was at court that day. And then they get to talking about the whole situation was going on between her and Bill, and how she basically says that the relationship between him and her is rocky, but she thinks that it's a good thing that they fight a lot because it makes them all soft and, love hard and all this stuff. And then, when they was talking about their relationship, and she said her mom said, when she got her husband, she had to teach her husband how to love her or how to treat her right or something like that. And I said, no, ma'am. No, ma'am. I'm sorry. Y'all know, K. Michelle said, and I never thought I'd be quoting that, K. Michelle, but she said you can't raise a man. I think she said that, right? You can't raise a man, okay? And I ain't got time to be teaching nobody how to treat me right, okay? You should already know how to treat a person with respect, decency, loyalty, honesty, and love, okay? And it's unfortunate that it's a lot of people that don't know how to do that. And you get up into these relationships and you take out the stuff that you don't know onto your partner and you disrespect the hell out of them. That means that you are not ready and you shouldn't be in a relationship until you get that settled. I ain't got time to be teaching you how to do some shit that you should already know. Okay, no. We can build with each other, yeah, but I ain't finna teach you how to treat a human being with respect. Okay? Like, come on. We can learn each other's love language and stuff like that. I get that, but I'm not finna sit down and teach you how to treat me right as a human, as your soulmate, not even your soulmate, as your partner. You know what I'm saying? Girl, ain't nobody got time for that. This whole situation between Suki and Bill, and the smartest thing that she did say that they going to couples counseling, but at this point, it's like I feel like it's for the show because I just don't see it. They into a lot of mess, and that's a couple. At one point, I did think that they should be together, but they're too immature for each other at this point. Neither one of them are ready to be in a solid, full, real relationship. It's just not. It's just not. I'm seeing it more and more, and it's not. They get the news that, she has been charged with battery, or they filed a charge of battery against her. She don't understand how she can be charged with battery for self-defense while she was defending herself on her own property. And she's also facing up to a year. So that is what she's looking towards, okay, to see what's going to be the outcome in the next 3 weeks. Moving on from that, we get Trick Daddy got his son Jaden, and this is the son that we saw on the family reunion show, who he gave a microphone to because he said he wanted to do music. I said, Jaden, please go back to school. Okay, that's what I want you to do because, yeah, I don't see you going far with that little rap. And I do like the fact that Trick said, before I even do anything else with him or take him seriously with this rap stuff, you got to show me exactly what it is that you can do. Show me that this is really what you want to do before I fully invest my time into helping you out and get up in that industry. And I appreciate that from Trick because, yes, all right, because, Nori came up in there, you lying to the boy, but you ain't want to hurt his feelings on national TV. So I guess it wasn't bad, but it wasn't great. It's nothing different from everything that's going on now, okay? Nori up there talking about how the family life is going, and this is the first time in 6 years that this whole year that he's actually staying home each and every holiday, the whole holiday, not just dipped in and dipped right back out like he usually do. He actually stayed the whole day because you ain't had nothing to do because the country was shut down. So what was there to do? You was forced to stay home and actually be a father, and not just in financial means, but in the physical sense. okay? And he up there talking about something, he want to have another baby. Have another baby? You can barely, you're not even taking responsibility. I ain't even going to say he's not taking responsibility, but you're not even helping out with your wife who is struggling, okay? Wanting you to help out and be there with your kids as it is, and you saying because now you want to do the pamper and all this stuff. No, go somewhere, Nori, all right? Meanwhile, we get Trina. Girl, Trina done passed out on the elevator, okay? Listen, she said it was a little bit too hot. She done blacked out. You know, she up there talking to Raymond. Raymond's so goofy looking, okay? He's just so timid and quiet. He looked like he really is a good guy, though. And he got to be and he looked like he got the patience of Job, because I would not be able to put up with Trina and her antics, because, baby, it's a little bit much. And that attitude, my attitude mixed with your attitude, ooh, that is not going to work. That is not gonna work, okay? We'll fuck each other up. But anyway, so basically she just doing too much, and he just like, I want you to, you know, look out for yourself, and you know, some things gonna have to change. You need more time for yourself. And she's just talking about how, you know, she got to get this ready, she got to do this, and she got to stay on par for this, and she got to get ready for the verses. And Trina don't know how to slow down and take time for herself. And plus, you know, you need to grieve and all this stuff, and everything just coming down on her, and shit happens, and she gonna learn one way or another. So we get Ace Hood and Sheila. You know, girl, y'all gonna be like, shaking this goddamn camera. That's how much I just don't. Anyway, Sheila and Ace Hood, you know, Ace is basically like, you know, she just got up and left, and you know, she didn't tell me where she needed to go or whatever, but he figured out that she went to Orlando. And his whole thing is, I know we was having some issues, but you don't just walk away from the issues. You have to fix those things. And he was correct, okay? But sometimes you just need to get away. And at the same time, she should have told him, okay, and just said, listen, at this point, just give me some space, okay? Let me just clear my head, clear my mind. And they actually sat down, and her whole thing is, what happened that day is, when we get on camera or whatever, you all of a sudden Ace Hood, and you want to be hard, you want to be, you know, so serious or whatever. But when the cameras are not down, you're Antoine or whatever his name is, you know, you're a regular person, okay? And that's what she wants, all right? And her whole thing is also, she wants to feel needed, but she don't want to put herself in situations where she's not respected, where she's not needed, where she's not wanted, and she's no longer doing that, okay? And Ace has to understand now that, you know, you're sharing the spotlight with somebody else, and especially a woman. You're used to this celebridom that you have, and, you know, you don't have to share it. It's always about you and not about anybody else. But now it's not just about you. It's about you and your wife. And once again, this whole thing about equality and, you know, all of that come into play. But at the end of the day, they worked it out, okay? I'm not even finna go through all of that. I do like them as a couple, because they do get into some issues, okay, that we don't necessarily see as often on Love and Hip Hop, and it do seems a little serious sometimes, but they are able to talk through it and not continue to bring it on and drag it out so much, okay? They drag it out a little bit, but not so much that it's like, oh my God, this is the 5th episode y'all talking about this. But it's real issues, okay? I feel like it's a little authentic. Moving on from there, Nori, listen. Neri is out here trying to get this juice bar up to date and up and running. She got merch already. I said, ma'am, you got merch and you ain't even got a shop yet. But okay, you know, you thinking ahead. That's the goal. She was like, listen, I got my merch or whatever, so therefore this shop got to get done, okay? You know, she telling him all the specs and everything that's happening. And she asked him, can you go pick up the boys from this practice? Can you go pick them up today? No, I got to go tape today. Okay, can you go pick them up Thursday? Oh, I got to go wine tasting Thursday. I was like, what, whiskey tasting or something Thursday? And I'm just sitting here like, but you want another kid. And then gonna tell her that he want another kid or whatever. And she literally said, I think that you are trying to have another kid or whatever so that it can be a way for you to control me and to keep me in the house and to do my womanly duties, okay, around this house. And he was like, I mean, you can go out whenever you want to. And that is what he's doing, okay? Like, you can't tell me no different. He don't want to get his driver's license. Trust and believe. I understand. I understand, but at this point, he's using it as a ploy. He's using it as a reason because he has no real reason why not to go get his driver's license. Don't talk about me because at this point I'm getting that together. I probably will get mine before his, okay? But I'm not dependent on somebody else in my household to, come over and pick me up and take me here and take me there and inconvenience them. I don't care if it's his wife. She needs to put her foot down too and be like, listen, okay? I am here. I want to do this. I want to do that. I don't want to be tethered to you all the freaking time. I want you to actually be there for your kids. You're talking about having a new kid so that you can play around with them and do all this stuff when they're young in this age, when our kids is damn near out the nest, okay? No. We're not about to do that. And he talked about you can do business or whatever whenever you want to, but it's a time limit or something when women want to get pregnant and all this stuff. I said, screw you, okay? How dare you come at her with something like that? Trying to use nature and biology and time against her, okay? Just to get your way. Are you really going to provide? Are you really going to be there for the kid and actually be a father, okay? Like, not just in the name, but in action too, okay? Like, come on, Nora, you giving me another side to you. I don't like it. You still cool, but I just don't like this fatherhood side. It's just like that story that oh my God, I don't know if y'all probably saw it on TikTok. It's been blowing up. I ain't even finna talk about it in what it is. I'm just mentioning it right here. This little girl went to go see her dad. She hasn't seen her dad in like 10 years or something like that. And when I saw the TikTok, I had saw the TikTok on TikTok first before it got onto Twitter and the blogs or whatever. But I was like, okay, cool, this cute. I'm thinking he had just got out of jail or whatever because I didn't see a real backstory as to, why they hadn't met in so long. But come to find out, he was just a deadbeat dad. He was a deadbeat dad, and he has the means and everything to be there, but he was a deadbeat dad. That girl is crying, seeing him, and then you saying that you're going to be there for her or whatever, but then you leave. You still do her. You do her the same way again, and therefore she had to have another meeting sometime later with you like that. Don't do that. That's what Nori kind of seems like me, but not to that extreme, but kind of absent with the kids like that. So I just really want to know what his relationship is with his kids and how they view him. But moving on from that, this whole situation with Bobby Lights, he was talking to Trina. He was supposed to be meeting up with Joy. She was talking about how she got like 6 performances or whatever coming up or whatever, back to back. And he's concerned. So when Joy popped up there, he tells her about Trina passing out and, and saying that part of the reason why she's doing all these shows and because he's never seen her working this hard, it's because she's trying not to focus on her mother's death and to grieve properly. And I feel like that's what it is too. And because she probably need that money because money was lost during the pandemic when the country was shut down. So, she trying to make up for lost time. It's understandable, but she also got to be reasonable with her body. Come on, you older now. Okay, you're not no spring chicken. No shade. No shade, but that's what it is. Plus and grief and stress and everything does not work well with the body. Okay. And she needs to get that together. Then they get to talking about, Bobby's father. Trina brother Snoop got some information on his father, whether or not they want to talk to each other, because his father been in jail since since he was a kid. He said the last time he seen them was like when he was 7 or something like that. And his father is Trina's uncle, okay? And Trina don't associate herself with nobody on that side of the family. I don't know the beef. I don't know what the issue is. And so he kind of nervous or whatever for Trina to find out about it because of how she feel. And Joy said, no, you got to do that for you. Regardless of how she feel. Bitch, if you want to see your daddy, see your daddy. It don't matter. That's your father, okay? So y'all can repair y'all relationship or y'all can just get closure if you want to shut that chapter or whatever. Freak what Trina got to say. She got shit to deal with on her own, okay? That ain't nothing to deal with you, okay? If you want to see your daddy, see your daddy. So, Bobby Light's cousin, okay, Trina brother Snoop. I'm sorry, I literally blanked because I was trying to figure out his name. Snoop. He meet up with Bobby, basically to tell him about his dad and to say that, they're doing this thing where they letting non-violent criminals out, and you know he should look into getting a lawyer to help get him out. And Bobby was like, nah, the only reason why he coming to me like this and talking about lawyers and wanting me to do it is because my mom and sister, they looking at me to do it because I'm the one that's the breadwinner of the family. And you know, the cousin was trying to convince Bobby to just basically go ahead, get the lawyer, get him out, do what we got to do to get him out or whatever, so that y'all can have that relationship, whatever. But Bobby is holding on to a lot of hurt. And first of all, I'm sorry, but Bobby lips was irritating me. His lips was irritating me so bad, but at the same time, I felt bad for him. Okay, I never thought I would say this, but I felt bad for him because I can understand what he's going through, having an absentee father, okay, and doing it for no reason, okay? There's no real reason why you're not around. Because of the choices that you decided to make, okay? And like he was going over all of the charges that he had. Like he had a long rap sheet of stuff, okay? And he was like, this was happening during Easter. This was on my 9th birthday. This was my 8th. This was when I was 7 and all this stuff. I was 2. You know, he was just going down the line and he was like, you can't tell me. Because, you know, what made me, what kind of irked me was when Snoop said, I mean, that's what they said that he did. We don't know if he really did that. Bobby said, you can't tell me that he went out here, he was supposed to be out here doing all this stuff for the family or whatever, trying to get, no. And I'm looking at Snoop like, come on. Yeah, they put stuff on black men and black people in general, but mostly black men try to set them up and do all this other stuff or whatever. But that rap sheet long as hell, and you know your cousin, you know your uncle, okay? You know your uncle, and you know he was a deadbeat, and that's why your cousin is sitting here feeling the way that he feels. He said he had a letter. His mother said that his aunt is holding on to a letter that his father wrote him, and he hasn't read it for months. He said, I'm going to go over there, I'm going to read the letter, and whatever that letter say, it's going to determine whether or not I feel like I should help him out or not. And I'm not necessarily mad at Bobby because you have to be in that position of hurt to understand what that is, okay? When you growing up and you're like, why daddy ain't there, or why is he treating me this way or that way, or do I not exist and stuff like that. Like, come on, you have to understand that hurt feeling and whatever else was going on as well. So I get Bobby. Meanwhile, we get over there to Nori, him and the old crew of old men. Bitch, Lil Cease ass was there. I said, Lil Cease? Okay, I ain't seen you in a minute. They down there drinking some Japanese whiskey, and then he telling them about how he want to have another kid, and he want to be the dad that he wanted to be, you know, because he was a busy dad instead of dad that could actually partake, and that's what his other kids didn't get to see, just a regular father. They don't even want him to come to his games because he the ones that always, you know, too loud and screaming at the people and all this stuff, embarrassing them. And this whole thing, Nori, I'm not buying this storyline, okay? And I'm bored with it, so I'm going to skip it. Meanwhile, let me get to Trick Daddy right quick. Trick Daddy was supposed to be performing at that exhibition fight that Floyd Mayweather had against, I think, Logan Paul. Either Logan Paul or Jake Paul. One of them Paul brothers, okay? And, you know, he was like, listen, I said I would never sell my soul to the devil or whatever. I would never sell my soul. But if you want me to get into talking about something, I can get $50 million to fight Floyd Mayweather just to show up. Oh, sign me up, put me in a ring, and let him knock me out for that $50 million. I said, truth be told, I would too. I'm not going to lie. I would too. I just got to take a hit. Okay. You know, don't hit me too hard. I'ma just lay there. Okay. Just go like that and I'ma just drop. Okay. And you can be like 1, 2, 3, and she's out of there. Floyd made her win. You know what I'm saying? And give me the money. Okay. Cause that's what happened. That's what really be happening. But he was performing, right? And he was like, the crowd was, okay, these rich folks or whatever, not his type of crowd. It was kind of like, you know, some people was into it, some people wasn't, you know, just bougie and all that stuff. I just said, ooh, Trick, because I was sitting here wondering, how do artists feel when they get up on the stage and they got to perform and you can see how the crowd is interacting with you? And what if the crowd is not giving you what you need and you still have to put on a good show? Oh my God, that'll hurt my heart. That'll make me feel so insecure and just like, oh my God, I can't. But he pushed through it. He did what he had to do. And that's what you're supposed to do as an entertainer. So Bobby and Snoop go over to their Aunt Elaine house and you know, read the letter or whatever. He hasn't seen her in a long time since their grandmother passed, and I guess that's been years or whatever. But you know, just talking about the relationship with his father and how, you know, the aunt want them to rekindle or at least see each other and see if they can get closure or something like that. And he read the letter, and it was like he said he had to find a way around accepting him as, I guess, being gay, because the things that he was saying about that quote about, you know, we wanted our children to be one way, but we have to understand that they're not our children anymore. They're them, and they have to find their own way or whatever. And Bobby explained the reason why he never came out to him, because he didn't know if he loved him or, you know, wanted him to be a part of his life or anything like that. But at the end of the day, he just didn't want to have the guilt on his heart if his father passed away in prison and they never talked. So he's going to talk to his father and see what he can do. Moving on from that, Sukihana and Bill. Now, let me just tell you this. I'm all here for being yourself, okay? And y'all know I don't even do the church stuff, but I will respect a clergyman or whatever. You're a representative of God regardless, okay? I'm not going to come to you disrespectful. I'm going to come to you decent dress. And when I say decent dress, I mean, I have on what I have on now, okay? If I'm just going to talk to you, I'm covered up. I'm covered up, all right? Sukihana in that green dress with her boobs just all out and it's short as ever, to the point where when you cross your legs, you have to pull it down because all you see is thigh and everything. And this is going to see a pastor for couples counseling. Why would you do that? I did not like that at all. And then the language. I get that's how you talk, but oh my God, you don't have respect for the pastor and everything. You know, it was just, I just couldn't. I was just over it. you this, and you know, you up in there looking at porn and up there beating your dick up in the bathroom, and you know, I ain't one of them pussy ass hoes and all this stuff. I ain't no baby mama, and I'm the one that had to teach you how to pray and all this stuff, and you don't love me and this, and we don't need to be together. It was just nasty, and I didn't like it. And no, they not wanted to get to. He said they not ready to get to. They not ready to get married, and she said I never wanted to marry you in the first place. Then why are we here? Anyway, that was Love and Hip Hop Miami. Y'all tell me how y'all feel. I'll see y'all later. Peace.